And we're back. Welcome to the Cinema Draft Podcast, where daily fantasy sports meets the movies. And today we are joined with a pod virgin. It's my longtime friend. He's a baby doctor, pediatrician by day, and a rising actor by night. It is Dr. Aneidra Leysath.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Yes. Welcome to the podcast, Aneidra. How you doing? As they say on your
I'm doing okay. Doing well.
Good. Our Andy Cohen-inspired Watch What Happens lifestyle drinking game tonight is the word medical. Because every time you hear one of us say the word, take a sip of what you're sipping, like me. And because tonight's pod will be covering some of our topmost interesting medical experts on the silver screen. All right, and since we are in strange times, just want to find out, Aneidra, how's your quarantine going?
Quarantine is a bit dull, although I usually spend my days waking late, staying up late. But I usually get us fed. I say us because I have a dog now.
Oh, fur baby. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. She's 3 years old. Her name is Mahogany.
Great name.
So yes, thank you. She just requires walking twice a day, play in the evening, but after 8:30 or 9, she's asleep. So
well, at least you get your exercise going. I know that's key for staying sane. And you always were a bit of a fitness junkie, so good job.
Yeah.
Ready to stay.
Yeah. So I'm keeping up with my workouts every other day, so about 3 or 4 times a week.
All right. Sounds good. You are inspiration to all of us. All right. So our first category or segment is what I'm watching. That's right. Welcome to Air Horn Central. I love me some air horn. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll talk about a few of the things I'm watching these days. First thing I'm going to talk about is The Good Fight. That actually deserves an air horn of its own. It is incredible. It's back. And we show you a few clips of The Good Fight. It is actually, it's an extension of, are you familiar with The Good Wife, Aneidra?
Yeah, I'm familiar with The Good Wife.
So have you seen The Good Fight?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's awesome. So, all right, so they follow Diane Lockhart, Christine Baranski's character, after she's, left Lockhart Gardner. Actually, when she's about to retire from Lockhart Gardner, and then like the financial, not financial. She was victim of a Ponzi scheme, and so she's kind of out on her ass right after she resigned from Lockhart Gardner, and she ends up at an all-black firm in Chicago, where she's kind of like, I guess, the junior partner or something, and so she has to kind of get used to working a bunch of different cases. Cush Jumbo, we saw some of her towards the tail end of The Good Wife. She's one of the associates at the law firm. What's her name? Luca Quinn. Yeah, her character's great. Audra McDonald, legend of stage and screen. Comes on the second season. It's such a good show. Highly encourage checking it out. Rose Leslie, aka Ygritte from Game of Thrones. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No. I'm not a Game of Thrones geek. Sorry.
No, but have you tried watching it? It's amazing.
No, I guess I will since I'm quarantined.
Hey, I mean, there are fewer better products to start than Game of Thrones. But anyways, it's great. It's a great show. It's back for its 4th season. This is how good the acting is on this show. There was Delroy Lindo, of all people, was trending. He's actually like the lead partner in this thing. Are you familiar with Delroy Lindo? From West Indian Archie from Malcolm X.
I have to see him.
No, not okay. All right, I'll see if I can find him in a second. Actually, while I was floating by, you remember her? Are you familiar with her? She's a soror. She was in my class at the Spelman College Drama Department. We were in a play together. Yeah, very proud of her. She was Rachel on Justified, and she's a Spelmanite, just like you.
Okay, all right. Spellhouse love.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, and happy Founders Day. Actually, I was passing by what looked like a possible Spellhouse couple when I was out on a walk the other day, and I saw her wearing a Spellman shirt on Saturday, your Founders Day, and I said, happy Founders Day. She turned back, she's like, you in the Morehouse? And I go, The house? It's
Right.
like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, I was class of 2011. Where were you? I'm like, class of 97. And I saw a little visible confusion on their face because it looks so baby face, at least when I'm shaving.
Right. Oh,
It was nice. It's good to see. Good to see a Spellhouse couple doing their thing. But yeah, but the good fight. Delroy Lindo actually. So Delroy Lindo was trending on Twitter the other day. Yeah, here he is. He was
yes, I
trending
know
on.
him.
Yeah, he was trending on Twitter the other day because there was like this show within a show on the good fight, like set up like one of those Fox News, hot take type, political shows, and he's basically challenging the this conservative host on why he can't say the N-word. He's like, oh, why can't I say, he's the white guy's like, why can't I say the N-word? Why can't I say the N-word? And Delroy Lindo's character's like, just say it. Say it. And I was like, I'll say it with you. Just say it. Come on. Say it. Basically, I mean, it was so funny because it was one of those examples when we've just taken too much shit from white people. He was just snapped. He was done.
Right.
And the clip was trending because people thought it was real.
Oh God.
It was excellent.
He's an actor.
Yeah, he's good at what he does. West Indian Archie.
Mm-hmm.
So the good fight. That's one of the things I'm watching. Oh, and also, well, not to spoil anything too much, but I think the debut episode of the 4th season, which because these things are released on Thursdays, I believe, CBS All Access. Basically, that entire episode is like a what if. Basically, they did a episode around what if Hillary had won and what the world looked like that. And at first I was like, God, I love this world.
Oh.
Women, we got 2 more women on the Supreme Court. Kavanaugh, no one's ever heard of Brett Kavanaugh, and everything's great. But then you started seeing the trade-offs of what would happen if Hillary had won. Sexism is still, sexism will always run rampant, but Me Too never happened. It just, there is no best timeline is basically what they're saying. So, yeah. I think it's worth checking out. The Good Fight season 4 is excellent. Another thing I'm watching is this documentary I watched called The Scheme. Are you familiar with this at all?
No.
All right, no, that's fair. It's fine. It's cultural exchange. We'll get to what you're watching in just a moment. But The Scheme is excellent. It's basically about the whole hypocrisy with the NCAA and how the coaches and pretty much everyone in the NCAA athletic system and big time collegiate sports are getting paid, but the athletes, and they try to track this one guy named Christian Dawkins. He's a lifelong hustler who's kind of inhabited the edges of high school and collegiate sports, and they kind of follow him as he's basically, I think it's textbook entrapment. I'm actually waiting for a lawyer acquaintance of mine on Twitter to get back to me on that. But he's basically entrapped into a sting operation, trying to nail collegiate athletes for taking money to buy players. So I thought it was highly entertaining. It's shot super dramatic, and this Christian Dawkins guy, he's in the entire thing, and he's very charismatic. It's something else. I highly recommend it, and you'll come out of it be like, why, the system's rigged. This sucks. Pay the players and the NCAA.
Yeah, I always say the system is rigged. But it's fiction or nonfiction?
No, this is documentary. All this happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you remember, but I think a few years ago, there was that press conference about how the Southern District of New York was indicting like Rick Pitino and some other coaches, where Rick Pitino lost his job finally, and then now he's actually working his way back.
That was the guy in New York, right?
What's that?
Was he in New York or something?
Well, it was set up in New York. Rick Pitino was in like Louisville, but he was running game across the entire country, and it was just wild. They're naming all these college coaches, and all the college coaches got off with this one guy who really wasn't, doing anything but like hooking up players with coaches. He got nailed for like money laundering and a bunch of stuff, which honestly he didn't really do. So I don't know. I thought it was very interesting. Check out The Scheme. It's on HBO right now. Okay. And then the last thing I'm watching, I rewatched Molly's Game. Are you familiar with Molly's Game?
I'm familiar with it, and I watched the trailer, but I have yet to watch.
Yeah, it's great. It's got a couple of our faves, Jessica Chastain and Idris. Yep, Idris Elba. The thing about Idris, now he's great in this movie, but I can't quite place his accent. We know he knows how to do a great American accent, but I couldn't tell if he's just like his normal speaking voice or if he's trying to do an American accent. I couldn't quite tell, so that kind of threw me off a bit. But I love this movie. I loved it when it came out. I read the book before the movie came out several years ago. It's about poker. And, with my background in professional poker, I was innately
Oh,
into
right.
it. Yeah, and in the book, she names the real names. It's like Toby
Oh,
Maguire. Yeah, Toby Maguire is played by Michael Cera in this movie. They just call him Player X, but it's Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire was like a big time dick in this book in the movie too. He's just super. He's just kind of super calculating and conniving. But it's a great story, pretty well told. Aaron Sorkin, it's his directorial debut. He wrote and directed this. The direction's fine, but his writing, top notch.
okay.
So yeah, Molly's Game's great stuff. Jessica Chastain, she doesn't play like, wives or girlfriends anymore. She's strictly, being about like
Badass.
badass women, just, being the smartest person in the room. And I love that about her. I call her a young Meryl Streep in training.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the
And that's basically his English accent.
You think so, huh? Yeah, so it was kind of muddled.
Okay.
You know who else's natural accent is a little bit muddled because he spent so many years acting American is Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. Are you familiar with him?
No.
Okay, he if you saw him, you'd recognize him. He was in a
Okay.
movie recently called The Gentleman, and it's just, he's been. I think that role really messed up his voice because now I can't always quite hear his native Britishness. It's kind of strange.
Okay.
Yeah, but Kevin Costner's in this. It's really good. Her outfits are fire. It's very, very good looking.
Boobalicious.
Yeah, hey, your words, not mine. But no, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. Molly's Game, and the poker's handled pretty well. They don't show a ton of poker action, but the stuff they do, they explain it pretty well. They insert some jargon without losing people. I enjoyed it. So,
Okay.
What are you watching, Dr. Leysath?
Well, I think a couple. Both they're not medical though, so I didn't
All right.
delve into that arena just yet. The Intruder with Michael Ealy and Megan Good.
Oh, what do you think of that? I saw the trailers for that, but I didn't quite grab me. What do you think of it?
It started off pretty slow.
Okay.
Dennis Quaid is really good in this movie though.
Oh, this is Deon Taylor joint. Deon Taylor also did another was it either Ely or Megan Good?
Yeah, he did Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, Jacob's Ladder. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He also did the Tony Roberts comedy special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I just was watching it basically on Stars since I had it while Power was on.
Okay.
So I couldn't get my Fire Stick to work. I don't know, but so yeah, I was watching Intruder.
Okay. Wow, he is productive. He did Black and Blue also. Wow, he's kind of writes them out. It's like 3 because the one I remember seeing was Traffic. It was Omar Epps and Paula Patton. That's what I was trying to remember. Oh. And these are like what was it, 1, 2, 3, almost 4 movies in 2 years. That's that's
Tony Roberts. I'm different. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead. So tell me what you liked about
it starts off pretty slow, but then the characters, become actually believable. And then often I would find myself wondering, like, who does those things? Like, who goes down into a basement area by themselves?
Right.
Right. But overall, it was good. I'd recommend it.
Okay. All right. That's stuff. And anything else you want to mention to the people?
And then what's his name? He was on Power. He's in this movie as well. He's in The Intruder and Jacob's Ladder.
And he's on Power. Oh, that's what character did he play on Power?
He played
let me see who's casting this sucker. It's Joseph Sikora. Yeah. Tommy's in this. Yep. This guy will forever walk around just being known as Tommy. Like he's in Ozark, new season Ozark. I'm not sure you follow that show.
I'm not.
And he plays he's not nearly as menacing as he is in Power as like Tommy, but plays a bit of a tough guy. But the entire time you're thinking, Tommy, why are you a little bitch now, Tommy?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, Joseph Sikora. No, yeah, he's great. Yeah, very charismatic. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the breakout stars from Power. He really did his thing.
Yes.
Okay, look at Tommy getting word. What else? What you up to, Tommy? So Ozark, there he is. Frank Cosgrove Jr., Frank Jr., Power, all those episodes. Jacob's Ladder, and the True. Okay, Tommy stays
He was
working.
in Underground.
Oh, really? Well, I never saw that show. What do you think of that show?
No, I never saw it either. My brother was a fanatic of it though. I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing slaves.
Yeah, honestly, yo, from your lips to Ariel Plot's ears, like straight up. I only have so much Black Misery credits in a year to spend, and I just
okay.
that year I was used up. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
So another of the director's movies, Jacob's Ladder.
Okay.
Another one that Michael Ealy is in, and also Joseph Sikora.
Okay.
And Jesse Williams.
Yes.
So
Yeah, how's he in
Jesse
that? He's starting to pop up in more places too.
Right.
Outside of Grey's Anatomy.
Jesse and Michael play brothers in this movie. You didn't see it?
No, it's actually in my queue on Netflix, and this actually might bump it up for me.
Okay. All right. It's a psychological thriller. And basically, you find out they've switched lives to everyone's amazement. But you don't,
So it's like a body switching thing, or?
Yes. Oh. But they're brothers in real life.
Right.
Well, in the movies.
Right.
But it's also about the military and then PTSD, and they this is the only thing medical about this movie.
Okay.
Or about a movie I've
you don't have me hydrated over here.
And it's about this experimental medicine that they used in patients.
This is, I mean, I didn't know what it was. Like, it looked kind of like it might have been horror. So that's why I hadn't quite, teed it up yet. But this looks good. Thanks.
Yes, it really is.
Thanks, Dr. A. I think we'll have to check this out.
You're welcome. And it just so happens my...
it's got Carla Souza from How to Get Away with Murder, a.k.a. Laurel.
Oh.
Where's Laurel?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so actually my acting coach is in this movie as well, Dwayne Boyd.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Let's see if you're an acting coach. How do you spell that? Dwayne Boyd?
Dwayne Boyd. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see Mr. Boyd's credits. Okay. Look at you getting all trained up. You love to see it. Yes. and you live in the greater Atlanta area, and so as people who follow the movie industry knows, all those lovely Georgian tax credits, y'all stay busy, huh?
Right. Yes, we do. Well, we were until this COVID-19.
Oh, that's right. Hashtag #DatRona. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and get your work here, Mr. Boyd. All right, well, great. Yeah.
He plays the medical resident in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the third movie I watched American Son with Kerry Washington.
Oh, I saw that. What did you think of it?
Thumbs down for me.
Really?
Yeah, that's her only body of work that I really didn't care for. I mean, it's like a long monologue or dialogue between the two of them, but
so are you familiar that this is basically like it was a stage play in I think it was Broadway. I think it was a play she was doing on Broadway. They basically retrofitted
made it into a movie.
Yeah, for Netflix.
They shouldn't have.
And I agree. It definitely felt stagey, and it's not like my favorite thing she's done. But I mean, I think there was some interesting stuff in there. The whole thing about perceptions and race and class also, and
right,
the messy lives between her and her, I guess, ex-husband or separate, whatever. Husband. Were they separated or were they divorced? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Either way.
And I love Stephen Pasquale. Pasquale.
Wow.
He's always good and stuff I've seen. Yeah, he actually is in The Good Wife a lot, or towards the end, a recurring character. But it's interesting is that Carrie's actually her face can get really theatrical. Like, I mean, she knows how to act for the screen and everything. And as you know, you can tone everything down, etc. Doesn't apply for podcasts though. You tone everything down or whatever. But like in Little Fires Everywhere, Carrie's newly released effort with Reese Witherspoon. And if you haven't seen that, definitely watch it.
Okay.
Are you watching Little Fires Everywhere?
No, I haven't.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, it comes out every Wednesday, I think, Thursday.
Okay.
And it's excellent. But she's very expressive with her face, and so that gets a lot of play here, almost almost overly so, like it's a stage version. Yeah.
And it's just the one room or scene, and you never see the sun, so you can't actually
time and place
appreciate you can't appreciate a relationship with them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I liked it okay, but it wasn't, the best thing I like. And it definitely that did feel stagey, so I feel that. But then there's some films like, well, it's been a while since I've seen this one, but Glenn Ross, like that was obviously like a play first, very well received play. The whole always be closing and all that sort of stuff. Like they made that into a movie, and that was pretty compelling, even though it's largely set. So we alternate picks. Once someone picks a movie, that movie is out of play. Now, since you are our first-time guest, Aneidra, and you are one of the rare guests who've actually read the rundown, you get to go first.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Contagion.
Oh, Contagion. Yes, absolutely. Especially for our pandemic times. Do tell. What do you like about Contagion?
Oh, I don't really remember the movie.
Just picking stuff out of the air. I
thought we were just naming stuff.
Well, I mean, you know what? Actually, I can pick up the ball because I recently rewatched Contagion, and it's like, all right, so it's about a month and a half ago when this stuff really started to break, and people were getting kind of like, I think it was when the NBA shut down. That's what really got everyone's attention, mine included, to how real this thing is. And it's really well cast. It's got a diverse international cast.
Right.
Sanaa was in it. Yeah, everyone's in the sucker. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Jude Law plays like an investigative reporter who's kind of like on the fringe, one of those guys who thinks that everything's a conspiracy, and he actually uses, he's actually one of these like Fox News type snake oil salesmen who's pumping a hydrochloroquine type, fantasy, cure all, which doesn't cure anything. It actually can get you killed.
Wow.
Yeah, no, the way they thought this out. This came out in 2011, but the way
I see.
Out is amazing because they thought of everything. First of all, social distancing is in it, this is, we're talking 9 years ago. I mean,
wow.
This isn't anything new. This is all like by a playbook. And the reason why I needed to watch it, or I wanted to watch it, was because I was running my mind in circles trying to figure out how bad this could get without having anything concrete in my head. I was just kind of I was getting super anxious. So after watching this, seeing how bad it could get, which is pretty bad, actually made me feel better. I felt calmer. Do you ever have that kind of reaction to stuff?
Yeah, I do. Because I'm a doctor first and foremost. I don't get excited. I just say, calm down, just, go throughout your day like you usually would, but don't go anywhere.
Facts, just the facts, right?
Right. But then some days I'm like, real anxious. I'm like, how long are we gonna have to do this? And then every news episode is like they're pushing the date back, and first it was the middle of April, now it's April 30th, but it's a state disaster up until the middle of May. I'm like, ugh. Schools have closed for the remainder of the year. Yep.
Right. Yep.
So
all right, well, yeah, if you're looking for, I'm not sure if you're looking for reassurance perhaps, but if you're looking for a worst case scenario that feels incredibly real, I'll also recommend Contagion. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Okay.
All right, so that's your first movie. My first movie, it's more kind of sci-fi horror-ish, and it's a bit of a cheat because I'm actually going with the remake of it. But
it's cheap and horror-ish?
No. It's a bit of a cheat, but and it's horror-ish. But I'm going with Flatliners, the remake, not the original one, which I guess might be a camp classic, but the one that came out, which was 1990, Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon, Julia Roberts. Right. I didn't see that one because I was scared.
I saw it.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the remake, the one in 2017 with Ellen Page, that redhead guy, British guy, James Norton from McMafia, and a bunch of other younger actors, Diego Luna, whatever. Not a great movie per se, but pretty entertaining. And basically, it's a bunch of young medical students. Oh, here we go. Basically, a bunch of young medical students who, hotshot doctors. One of them figures out a way to kind of like cheat death, I guess. Isn't that what it was like? They're able to get into the afterworld or whatever, and
they die and then they bring them back.
Yeah, and just the effects of that kind of them kind of playing with death and how it affects their lives, and the side effects of it was pretty interesting and entertaining. So yeah, so Flatliners 2017. That's my first pick.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you got? What's your next? Movie?
The Flu.
Oh,
that one I just stumbled upon while I was going through my
Is it called Flu or The Flu?
Maybe it's.
Is it Spanish flu or Flu? Just Flu? FLU? Who's in it?
I thought it had come out in 2013. It's a Korean movie.
Oh, this okay. Flu. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I skipped over that one. All right, so Flu, excellent. So tell us about Flu. I haven't seen this one.
I've not seen it either. I haven't seen any of these movies.
Wait, you're a doctor? You don't watch doctor movies?
Right. I just thought we were naming some, going back and forth.
Well, we are doing that, but all right. So Flu. We haven't seen this one. Man.
It sounds a lot like what we're going through now.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
I wonder if this is available on Netflix. Korean cinema's having a moment, at least stateside over here. Have you seen Parasite? That was great.
Oh no, I was supposed to watch that too.
Yeah, no, that's your next movie.
Right.
That's your next movie. I absolutely love that movie. I've seen it 4 times, I think, in theaters, maybe.
Oh gosh.
It was easily my favorite movie of last year. Maybe one of my favorite movies of the last 5 years. It's incredible. I really enjoyed it. It's got a lot to say about class and income inequality and just how we kind of treat each other. I think it's great. Anyways, that's what we call cultural cul-de-sac around here. We were talking about Flu as your second movie, and that's cool. I appreciate that. And so now we're going on to my next John Q. John Q. You've seen John Q, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that one deals with our broken medical system. Drink.
No.
Our broken medical system. Denzel Washington is the father of a sick boy. He doesn't, insurance ran out or something, and he can't. And his kid's gonna die. And so to keep his kid from dying, he takes over a hospital, holds it hostage, and to force care upon his kid. Now, this is one of these type of movies where any Canadians listening, what up, Canada? Any Canadians are listening would be like, well, that's just the dumbest thing we've ever heard, because they've got universal basic income. I mean, actually, they don't have that. Universal basic healthcare. Sorry.
Healthcare, yeah.
UBI's on its way, though. It seems like if this pandemic goes out any longer. And yeah, it seems like, I mean, this is one of those things, kind of like with Breaking Bad also, the TV show. Breaking Bad in Canada is like he goes to the doctor, gets treated at the end. This is another one of these where he goes to the hospital, his son gets treated at the end. And it really kind of exposes just how awful the medical insurance company is. I mean, and I don't know, I mean, that you deal with more than I do. Do you have any thoughts briefly on our system of healthcare in this country, at least the medical insurance?
That I don't deal with for the most part, and most of my patients are Medicaid.
Okay. Very cool. Well, at least they're, at least the poorest and the oldest among us are getting
Right.
here.
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, you are a net positive society. Good job. What's your next
film? Pandemic is actually a documentary.
Yes, it's on Netflix, and I assume you haven't seen this one, but
right. No, I haven't.
all right. And actually, I thought about it was in my queue. I thought about watching it, but you know what? I was actually kind of pandemiced out. I guess I got what I needed from Contagion. And I'd rather live in a fictional world than a real world, because this really just might send me into a tailspin. Anyone who's following me on Twitter, at least my swag poker account, I mean, yes, I am over-indexing on information and pandemic stuff and politics, but damn it, we live in very dangerous times right now, very heady times, and I just want to make sure that I don't go out without having, if we're going out, I ain't trying to go out without having at least said my say on all this, like straight up.
Right.
Yeah, so this is a documentary. I think it's a documentary series, maybe. 4 or 6 parts, whatever. Yeah, it's it's in it. What you see is what you get. It's in the title: How to Deal with Pandemic, How to Prevent It. And I'm sure, and actually, I think it was in the first couple of weeks in March. I think it was consistently in the Netflix top 10. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that's saying something. All right. So my next movie is Philadelphia.
Okay. Yes, I remember that.
Doctors were involved because this is the movie with the Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington movie. Yeah, you remember Philadelphia, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of it?
It was a very good drama.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks makes the character come to life as if, he's like a real person.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks played a gay man who had come down with AIDS, and I think he was fighting the insurance company, right? Like they were refusing to cover him. Was that what it was? And his lawyer.
I don't really remember.
Oh no, I think got fired. That's what it was. And Denzel Washington plays like a bigoted. Yeah. When a man with HIV is fired by his law firm because of a position, he hires a homophobic small-time lawyer as the only willing advocate for a wrongful dismissal suit. And yeah, and this is back in '93, and times were a lot different back then. A lot of misunderstanding, a lot of fear around HIV and AIDS and stuff, and also the mortality rate was a lot higher back then. We didn't have the great mix of drugs and treatments that we have now, where if you get HIV, it's not a death sentence. Now back then it felt like it was. So yeah, so this movie was pretty important to kind of advance those type of issues, whatever. And Denzel was great. I think Denzel got nominated for Best Supporting, didn't he?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
And,
I didn't know he was homophobic.
The lawyer. I mean, there's that scene in the kitchen where I think it was jabbing a chicken leg or something like that. But he was basically trying to make his point about how he didn't really kind of believe in it, but he was going to take it anyways. And
that's Anthony Banderas. Antonio, sorry.
Oh, it was Anthony? Y'all cool like that?
No.
Yes, Antonio. Yes. Yeah. Tom Hanks. Yeah, and actually, I remember watching in the theater. I might have watched it a second time, but I really haven't gone back because I just remember it being really heavy, a very heavy film. But I used to own all of Denzel's movies up to like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Like I literally had like every one, and because he was always my favorite actor of all time. Period.
Okay.
And he's he's in his prime. He's in awards mode here. And Hanks, this was during the Hanks run. I think Hanks won it for this. He won it for Forrest Gump, I think the year after. And this is primetime Hanks.
Yep.
So Philadelphia, that was my third movie. So what's your next movie?
Containment. I don't know anything about this movie.
Okay. Containment. This one sounds familiar. This one I did not see, but it was on my list. A limited series. Okay. And this is also about this series.
Oh, but it breaks out in Atlanta. Oh.
maybe you need to watch it. Yeah, I remember when it came out on. I want to say it came out on TV at one point. Maybe it was like a limited series on TNT. Oh, CW, that's what it was. Yeah, and 2016. Like I knew of what it was, but I was like, I saw Contagion. I'm good.
Right.
And here we are again. Yes. Wow. I mean, these are all really pandemic-y.
Right.
We appreciate it, but there are more Doctor movies, and I shall endeavor to bring us another one. This one, my next movie is called Sicko, and this one definitely is all about the medical drink industry. This is Michael Moore getting on his high horse. Probably one of the most effective ones he's done, if you ask me. I remember seeing it in theater. This is him.
I saw this in a movie theater as well.
Yeah. So what do you remember?
I saw the one after. No, I saw after 911.
Oh yeah, Fahrenheit 911 or 9/11 or whatever. Yeah, so this is him like riding high off of that, and this is him just a pure indictment of the medical insurance industry. And he basically takes his case. He goes around the world to see how other countries do national health care, and it was an eye opener. This movie for me was the point of no return for me on campaigning for universal health care. Like seriously, I mean, I'm 2007, so 13 years ago. I mean, I'm not a kid per se, but I wasn't overly aware of medical insurance issues, like up till 25 I was under my mom's care. And then there was a couple years where I played fast and loose with my health care because I was young and dumb. I was playing basketball 3 times a week and getting injured, once every 6 months, Yeah, and then eventually when I had the book money or whatever, I actually got some real insurance. And I'm like, God, I'm paying $100 a month and I got to pay a copay and I got to pay for medicine. I mean, it was starting to get, and here comes Michael Moore with Sicko, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing in Singapore? Oh, that's what they're doing in France? Oh, they have paternity leave in in Scandinavian countries?
Canada, yeah.
Yeah, like it didn't have to be this way. So Sicko's great. I enjoyed it. Definitely an eye-opener about the whole medical insurance industry. Drink. All right, and so I think is this your fourth one? What's your next movie?
93 Days. I think it's 1, 2.
93 Days.
I think this is my 5th.
Okay, so all right, so this is your 5th, 93 Days. All right, and so this is one.
This is the one about the Ebola. I'm sorry, it's pandemic too.
Okay. Oh, Danny Glover. Interesting. 93 Days. Danny Glover. I've kind of heard of this else. Oh, Tim Reed. Oh, interesting. All right. So this looks like an indie. And it's about Ebola. Okay. All right. So there you have it, friends. Another movie we have not seen, but make sure you check it out.
Oh, what's the movie with the guy, the psycho thriller? He has another movie that's like a spin-off of it.
Of 93 Days.
White guy, no, not 93 Days. He has all these personalities.
Huh.
It's a man, and he has these 2 or 3 women held capture.
2 or 3 women held not coming to mind, but while you think of it, I'm going to go ahead and register my last movie. This one,
maybe a Psycho. Maybe
Psycho?
I don't know.
I mean, like Norman Bates in the.
No.
Okay, well, we'll keep this moving. My last movie, one I actually did see, is Nurse Betty.
Oh,
been a while.
I heard that was.
Yeah, you remember this one, Renee Zellweger. Was she nominated for this one? Yeah.
I thought you were about the series.
No, that's Nurse Jackie. Although I did watch that too. I enjoyed Nurse Jackie. Nurse Jackie gave us Merritt Weaver, and Merritt Weaver is on a run right now. She's actually literally on the show on HBO called Run, which just came out on Sunday. But yeah, she's on a hell of a run right now, Merritt Weaver. And yeah, so I'll always love Nurse Jackie for giving us her. But yeah, Nurse Betty, comedy about a widow's post-traumatic obsession with a TV star. And this is the one where I think she she quits her job and travels cross country to to be with this guy, and it's just like she's delusional. She takes like this medical drama thing for real, and it says like she's going through some sort of PTSD or whatever, and she makes this cross country journey, runs across Morgan Freeman and Chris Rock along the way, and it's just it was a bit of a kind of dark offbeat comedy, if I do recall, and Greg Kinnear, in the pocket, playing the titular doctor, or the doctor of Nurse Betty's interest. Yeah. Get ready for Nurse Betty. Yeah, it was a cute little movie. So that is my last movie. That's all 5. And that brings an end to this segment. So let's take a break to bring those up to speed who may be new to the game or the program about what Cinema Draft, the game, is all about and how it's played. And I will pause it for us for a second and come back to the recording right after this. And we're back. Yay! Last week, our quarantine movie of the week, which we're doing now instead of our over-under, since all the theaters have been mothballed until further notice. Actually, prayers up to AMC. We're rooting for you. You guys, they keep talking about your impending bankruptcy. And it sucks because I love the A-list, the AMC A-list, the monthly subscription service where you pay anywhere from $20 to $24 a month, and you can see up to 3 movies a week.
Oh yeah,
it's real and it's spectacular. I've seen so much.
However many movies.
No. Well, Regal has an unlimited one. Theirs is I think might be $20 also. There might be unlimited, but AMC does theirs just 3 times a week, which for me it's a little limiting, but I'll take it because you can see IMAX, you can see 3D, all that stuff for the same low monthly price. I mean, if you see 2 movies, especially at night, prime time on a weekend, it pays for itself. Yeah, it's great. So, prayers up for AMC. We're rooting for you. We're definitely rooting for you. But yeah, so since the theaters are all mothballed, we have gone to a quarantine movie of the week. Last week's quarantine movie of the week was American Factory. We heard back from a few of you all out there who enjoyed it. Appreciate your feedback and response. Today's quarantine movie of the day for Tuesday, the day we're recording this, was Step Brothers, always a treat. And tomorrow's movie of the day, quarantine movie of the day, and for this podcast, our quarantine movie of the week, shall be American Assassin. Have you seen this movie, Aneidra?
I have not.
Have you heard anything about this movie, Aneidra?
I have not.
All right, so allow me. I enjoyed this immensely. I saw it when it came out to theaters. I think I might have saw it twice when it came out to theaters. I thought it was excellent for what it is. It's based off a New York Times bestseller. Basically, this guy, Dylan O'Brien, bit of a baby face. You might recognize him from The Maze Runner. He was I think he also was on the MTV version of Teen Wolf. So he kind of grew up as like a teen actor or whatever. I mean, no one really took him seriously going to this role. He's supposed to be some sort of like CIA badass, whatever. And the movie starts out, he proposes to his girlfriend on a beach in Thailand, and then there's like this terrorist event where she's murdered, right? And then you see him just totally, like 18 months later, he's like jacked, he's taking MMA classes, he's like, kicking the shit out of people, he's got anger issues, he's like hunting down the guys who like killed his fiance, and that's when the CIA recruits him in order to be part of, a special elite unit of similar badasses. Sanaa Lathan.
Okay.
My heart. I love her. She's kind of like his handler. She plays a CIA exec with, somewhat divided loyalties, whatever. So you kind of don't know exactly where she's coming from all the time. Great wig. Love it.
I was going to say, nice wig. I have like it.
Yeah. When we really want to go out and go out with the high bang look. Michael Keaton is actually, he's aged nicely into like the elder statesman badass in this movie. He plays his instructor. I forget the name of the instructor, but a bit of a badass. Stan Hurley, that's the name. Stan Hurley, a legendary CIA badass. He trains him, tries to get Mitch Rapp, That's Dylan O'Brien's character's name, Under Control. And it's just a really great performance for what it is. It's an action movie. You're not gonna see him reciting Shakespeare or anything, but for what it is, it's really well done, really well executed. Taylor Kitsch, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's a guy from Friday Night Lights. He's Riggins, Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights. No, didn't see it. Okay. Yeah, he's also in this movie too. Because there definitely was a Taylor Kitsch moment in cinema where they really tried to make him happen. Didn't quite happen for the man. Oh, there he goes. Hold on. There he is, Taylor Kitsch. And so it's pretty well cast. Great action, excellent fight scenes. I highly recommend it. That shall be our quarantine movie of the week for the pod, and the quarantine movie of the day tomorrow on Wednesday, which is probably when most of you all will be hearing this or watching this. All right, so please make sure you give me your tweet-length review of American Assassin at Play Cinema Draft on Twitter. That's us right there. And follow us if you aren't following us. Are you following us, Dr. A?
I am not on Twitter.
Wow.
Oh, hell no.
That's all right. That's all right. We know you like your privacy.
All right.
And I also want to give a shout out, thanks to everyone who's been playing our little social media game, which Social CD, Social Cinema Draft. Is great.
I do follow you on IG.
Oh yeah, we posted that there too. We posted there too. Basically, it's a game of building your own cast. This past week, it was Millennials, where you had $100 to build your cast. You must have at least one headliner, one co-star, and one day player, and a maximum. And actually, you have to have exactly 5 actors. And we had some interesting casts and responses. And the way the game kind of works is that, yes, you want to build a cast that you would like to see in a movie, and we want you to title it. That's cool. But also, if you play along all 4 days of the game, each day we go through and we do a poll of each row of actors. Who do you want absolutely in your film? So we go by your headliners. It looked like it was a tie between Margot Robbie and Henry Cavill. Went through the co-stars. Looked like Anna Kendrick took that one by a vote. And then also America Ferrera. Good for her. It looks like she edged out Armie Hammer et al. For the one cameo in your movie. And according to the popularity, we give them scores. Headliners have a 40% bonus. And whatever lineup you came up with going into the polls, you assign your score and see how you did. I think I had a high score of about 18 points, so I think I did pretty well. I think I had like Boyega and Chalamet, Armie Hammer, and I think I had Adam Driver. Driver and Robbie, maybe something like that. Math may not work out on that, but I had something close to that. But it's a fun game to play, something to do while we're all cooped up here in quarantine. Check it out, support us. I appreciate it. Also, a huge shout out to everyone who helped us out from the newsletter in trying out our alpha test of the Draft Stream game. Because we don't know when theaters are coming back, we've been coming up with some innovative ways to keep ourselves entertained and to entertain you all. We're trying out a new game variant that tentatively called Draft Stream, where we are gamifying streaming content. This is this week's talent pool. We have 10 programs for everything from Black AF, that's the show with Kenya Barris doing kind of a fictionalized take on his life with Rashida Jones.
Yes, that looks good.
Have you seen that trailer?
Yes.
Are you in? What do you think?
Yes, I'm definitely there.
Yeah, this looks incredible. I'm gonna crush it. They're probably gonna be half-hour episodes. I'll probably crush it like in one night. I'll probably there's only 8 of them. I'll just go in hard and be excited and be stuck for like another year and a half. We got that. Sela and the Spade sounds interesting. That's a Netflix movie. That's an Amazon Prime movie. The Last Dance, I think, highly anticipated. You're a basketball fan, right, Aneidra?
Yes.
This is the documentary of unseen footage from, I think, the 96 Bulls, 96, 97 Bulls. So that should be controversial and interesting. And I'll give you a chance, if you're so inclined, to roster Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan on your own little actor call sheet. So we definitely need some more people to help me get more data to see if this game works or not. So if you're interested, we will leave a link for you in the description in order to check it out and play. We appreciate it if you can. And also check out our newsletter if you aren't already subscribed. I think we have a way you can subscribe by going to the homepage right here. I think it's under contact. Isn't there contact? The contact page? I think you can subscribe to the newsletter on the contact page. Oh, that's right, on the homepage, actually. There you go. Subscribe to sign up for the beta. You sign up for the beta, we'll put you on the newsletter, all right? And that's the draft stream. Basically, similar type of format to the Cinema Draft game. You have a $100,000 salary cap, but in this one, you must have at least one of the 3 different actor types: headliner, co-star, and day player. From any of the 10 programs that we've got listed here, you only have $100,000. You have to stay under budget, and basically, you have to put emphasis on what you think it's going to be rated via Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, with also special emphasis on audience and user scores. As you can see here, the audience score from Rotten Tomatoes and the IMDb user score, which is essentially, an audience score, those get 60% bonus weighted. So really what's gonna come into play is how much the actual people who watched this stuff really liked it. To give an example of the most recent game, this is last week's, something like the Clark Sisters did really well. Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospel, trending topic on Twitter on Saturday night. Are you familiar with that show, Aneidra? Did you watch
I'm familiar. We used to listen on road trips. But
I have not. Clark Sisters straight up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, very cool. Well, I hadn't really heard of the Clark Sisters. I knew it was coming because I put them in the talent pool. But
right.
I was shocked when I saw it was the #1 trending topic on Twitter Saturday night, which is when it debuted, and it had like a dozen of the top 25 or 30 trending topics on Twitter for most of the evening. That was an eye opener to me. And this audience score, 8.6 on IMDb, really did play a part into making it the 3rd highest rated program in last week's draft stream game. So we really could use your help. We need the data. You too, Aneidra. You home. You got time, damn it. Check it out. Submit your call sheets to me via the instructions in the rules over here, how to enter. Like I said, we'll leave a link in the description on both the podcast and the video pod. And call sheets are due Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Please play. We need the data. All right. And so,
Shut up!
I guess it's time for me to go. It's breathing for a landing. And let's give it up for our guest, Aneidra Leysath, Dr. Aneidra Leysath.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on the pod and giving us all these great movies and stuff for us to watch. Maybe all of us. and for elevating us with your presence. And this is part of the podcast towards the end where if there's anything you want to plug, the floor is yours. What do you got for us, Aneidra? Anything you want to plug? Go ahead and plug your ish.
Okay. Well, I'm an unemployed now pediatrician. So if anyone out there who's looking for a doctor, hit me up. I'm looking into telemedicine. I'll set that up pretty soon.
Oh.
Right. So they can follow me on IG at MD2 actress.
All right. MD actress.
Yeah. MD2. No, MD2 actress. That's me.
All right. That's her. And for those of you watching, this is her. Yes, we've been talking to this beauty the entire time, unbeknownst to you, because she was shy. She was feeling shy tonight. But yes, that's Dr. Aneidra Leysath, pediatrician for hire, telemedicine for hire soon, and actor for hire once, of course, acting is hireable again. All right?
Yes. So I'm on quarantine now. Also, I'm selling bedroom candy. I hope to have it on a new IG page at Mahogany Love. And that's my link, bkparties.com/8706.
For those of you who are not familiar with The Real Housewives or Candy Bursts of Escape fame, just a quick teaser. What exactly is bedroom candy?
It is for both men and women.
Okay.
And it's her sex toy line.
Hello.
Yes. For all of those who are in quarantine with somebody, even if you're not with anyone, it's for you.
Self-care is
Yes.
Danger key.
yes.
Yeah.
Self-care. Especially in these stressful times. Anything to relieve your anxiety, you must do
Yes.
it. You must do it. Excellent.
That's makeup as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Full story. Well, this is my first, I mean, I hate to admit it, this is the first time I've seen your page. And I mean, look, we all got needs, whatever. We all have friends, whatever. I might have to peruse your website, to see what you got going on. Bedroom Candy. Well, excellent. Well, finally, someone who really has ish to plug. I appreciate it. Well,
Right.
well, thanks again for coming on, and we're going to wrap this up now. Usually we say go see a movie or something. No, that's not possible these days. So instead, quarantine with movie or something. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're signing off. Thanks for your support. We'll see y'all on the game. We appreciate it. Peace.
Good night.